Hello everyone, Sir Monkey Shot Zappa here, back again with Haikyuu. We're on Season 4, Episode 2, and in the last episode, we had Kageyama go to the National Youth Training Camp thing, and it seems like we've got two other prominent characters that are going to be, well, yeah, prominent, which is the guy from Atachiyama, Sakasa Kiyumi, who's one of the top 3 aces in the country, and then we also have another guy who I thought was Bokuto. I said he was Bokuto last episode, and it's not. It's just not. I thought it was from behind, but Bokuto has more of like a grey hair colour going on as opposed to white. So it'll be interesting to get introduced to him and see what he's all about. And also Tsukishima as well. He got taken in for the first year's mock youth training camp, which was, I was going to say surprising, but it's not really surprising considering what he did against Shiratorizawa, because he was, massive MVP in that match. Getting injured and then coming back in and yeah, just absolutely bossing it. So that was really cool to see. Hinata was feeling a bit down about it because he wasn't picked for either of them. So what he decided to do was just turn up for the first year's mock youth training camp thing, even though he wasn't invited. So yeah, of course we should expect Hinata to do that. He'll get involved in that and all of that good stuff. So yeah, that should be good to go witness. So yeah, I did say that if put in the comments if you wanted the reaction to be on Vimeo instead of YouTube, but with Vimeo having a sort of upload limit every week, with me putting other reactions on there and full length and stuff like that, it's really like getting near that limit. So I don't think I can swing putting on Haikyuu and full length for Haikyuu on there both. So I'm just gonna have to put full length over on Vimeo and have the actual reaction here, 10-minute cut, with it being slightly transparent to avoid the copyright, of course. So, yeah, apologies for that. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, you can still see it, but yeah. So it's just going to be obviously in the corner as per the last 2 episodes. So sorry if that does disappoint you, but it's there's nothing I can really do about it. So yeah, we're going to get into episode 2 and see what we get. So yeah, if you do want to obviously go watch the full length, it'll be completely uncut, unedited, then you can do by going over to my Patreon, link is in the description, and becoming a full length tier patron to get access to the full video unedited and uncut. So go and enjoy that if you want. But that is all I've got. So yeah, we're just going to get in episode 2 and see what we get. So let's go. Lost. Individual skill.
いつも言ってるが、漫然と回数をこなすんじゃねえぞ。
山形でしたね。
ああ、大学の先輩に用がある。
Okay.
途中で邪魔
な
のに白鳥沢に顔出してくる。
See what Hinata's doing.
日向の説教は明日一回戻った時だな。
そういえば、鵜飼先生がいらっしゃるかもって話は。
じじいな。 ちょっと前から体調崩してまた検査にしてんだ。
It's gonna be one of those things where he comes out of hospital, he's still not feeling well, but he needs to go watch the match when they finally go up against Nekoma.
盗めるものは盗み、高値合い。以上。
まずは対人パス。相手の名前を覚えるところからな。できるだけ実力差のある同士で組むように。
うわ、あいつマジで余ってる。
Oh dear.
カラスのレギュラーなのに。
カラスの10番じゃん。
俺らは白鳥沢の控えの1年生。俺らも強化選抜のサポートなんでよろしく。
They really like admire him.
高校からバレエ始めてもう選抜に選ばれてるんだもんな。俺たちとはスタート地点が違うわ。じゃあ次スパイク。
おい、ボール拾いはそっちじゃねえよ。
すいません。
As soon as he heard spiking, he was like, I'm getting on that side. It's not Kageyama.
小金が技術は未熟ですが身長もまだまだ伸びてるみたいですし修正します。白鳥沢中等部3年由良翔太
Third year.
年上相手にもしっかりコミュニケーション取ってますね。やべえ
セーフ。
俺危ねえだろうが。ちゃんと拾え。
なんか俺らより怒られてる。
Yeah, because he was the same when he was a kid, like young one that couldn't get like.
今年はカラスのに春子を持ってかれたからな。ちょっとした仕返しだったりして。
そんな大人げないことするわけねえだろ。
I want to do that. I want to do it.
帰ろうぜ。
まあ
Still the upright.
中学の時みたいな素人臭さはもうなくなってる。相当ボールに触ってやがんな。
お前は3年間何やってたんだ。
He's looking at the other guys like who like really stood out last match. He doesn't want to get ahead. Yeah, always trying to fucking. There's always an obstacle, isn't there? That you need to get past.
さっさと帰る準備してよ。
木島さん、ご迷惑。
謝んのとかやめてくれる？
Oh god.
君のちょとつ盲信バカが今に始まったことじゃない。やっぱりやめますって泣きついてみる？せいぜいボール拾い頑張って。
It's harsh, but it'll give him even more of a kick up the arse, won't it?
無茶やる若造は嫌いじゃねえよ。
Youngins.
でも例えばあの小僧がこの合宿中何かひたむきな努力根性を見せようと思う。練習に加えるつもりはねえよ。
ところで明日1年の強化合宿行くよね。
So he is actually going to turn up.
若年くん。
I was wondering if he was going to or not. Oh, he is. Sweet.
行ったら練習入れてもらえるとでも思ったのお前は。つまり鷲城先生としては日向はいてもいなくてもと。
ええ、まあですね。
Yeah, so you told him.
自分で足突っ込んだんだ。後悔すんなよ。そこでしかできないことが何か考えろ。あと玉拾いなめんなよ。
Oh god. Oh dear.
冬季に行くは必ず近きよりす。何かをなすには一歩一歩順を追って進まねばならない。
大地さんは
Oh, Daichi next.
朝一で。
Oh, you already got.
本当にお前は周りの迷惑を考えなさいと言ってんだろうが。
やるなあ、ひなた。
すが
あるいっす。まあお前あんま焦んなよ。
すみません。
そうよ。どうだよ、強化合宿。
2メートル無理。
I love this shit now,
あ
man.
いついんのかよ。あ、マンダは
百沢だろ。
Manzawa.
シャーヤ、またドリンク作り頼む。
わかった。
What are you gonna do when Ushijima shows up?
ほら落としてんな。
すいません。
Pay attention!
キレキレストレート。おっと。ナイスキー。百沢、来い。
Whoa. Nice. Well, he's a spiker for, he's gonna be the new ace, right, of Shiratorizawa. Now that Ushijima's, like, finished. He has Ushijima. Yeah. Oh, pretty much the whole of the, third Yazuria.
平取沢3年生と OB の皆さんが練習ゲームの相手をしてくれることになりました。
Practice match.
きゃー。練習試合。藤若と。
You're not gonna get in there,
メ
mate.
ンバーもサインも自分たちで決めてください。はい、まして。
There's no way they're gonna let him play.
クラスの10番発見。
俺もドリンク作ってもらっていいですか。
Yeah, they're gonna be wondering why Hinata's a ball boy and not playing. I'm not gonna speak up about it and be like, why isn't Hinata playing? I wanna play against him.
ブロック。引っ込めんの早い。
フォローできるよ。おいおい、主張して。
若年。
Kaganagawa. That's gonna be a hard name to remember.
お前はなんで出ないの？
選抜メンバーじゃないので。
Just turned up.
じゃなんでいるの？
押しかけました。
Of course he would love it as well.
それでお前は何をやっている？
コート、一回モップかけんべ。おし。オーリング。
Thunder! He followed through. Yamiguchi, you see the float serve. Here's my boy, come on! You can see the serve.
の前の大会で勝つために今のメンバーを欠くことはできない。日向も当然その一人だ。でもそのせいで日向のやるべきことを限定してきた。これもある意味鷲城先生と同じ効率的な方法なんだよな。
常に彼らに正解を提供できるならそうすべきですね。でも実際我々にできるのは思考を止めないこと、最善を探し続けることではないでしょうか。
次は勝てる気がする。
Sometimes they gotta go out and learn for themselves kind of thing.
いやでもブロック触るようになってるし。
それでお前は何をやっている？
He just placed his fucking head on there. He placed it in.
お前は3年間何やってたんだ？
春高前の貴重な5日間棒に振らないようにね。
まあお前あんま焦んなよ。
何かをなすには一歩一歩順を追って進まねばならない。
玉拾いなめんなよ。
それでお前は何をやっている？
いつもと同じ目線じゃダメだ。いつもと同じ考え方じゃダメだ。
Go about them is a different way.
ここでしかできないことが何か。
All of his focus was on, like, you know, all the time he's like spacing out and shit. Okay, episode 2. Right, so, yeah, man. I mean, this is the thing with like Hinata and whatnot. Like the idea that nothing has really changed since the beginning of the show in regards to how people perceive Hinata as a volleyball player, because I think of multiple different reasons. It seems as though originally it was because he was short, and even though he didn't have anybody that was playing volleyball alongside him, he had to get like his friends that were like part of different clubs to come in and just like help him spike or anything like that and set up for him and things. You know, so there was a lot of different reasons as to why over the course of the show, reasons as to why they always look down on him, and I don't think there's ever been a case where people look at Hinata really and like see as somebody to look up to, and I mean that in like the actual, you know, like not literally, because yeah, yes, he's short, but you know, you get what I mean. And I think that's what that the visual of him, you know, being pulled back by like the roots coming out of the ground and stuff, and keep like everything just keeps wanting to just keep pulling back, and there's always an obstacle to get past with Hinata that other characters, it's not as sure. Of course, like they all have their individual things that they try to get past, you know what I mean? But this is the thing, like with Hinata, it's I think it's an interesting sort of take on the idea that I think they tend to look down on him a lot more because he's not it's not just an individual thing, and I think this episode was going into that a lot, like the idea of the individual sort of, you know, skills and stuff and working on them. Of course, it's all part of being the betterment of the team and everything like that, but it was brought up a lot during this episode, and I think that's possibly one of the reasons why they don't look up to Hinata as much, or they'll put him down and say that he isn't as good as he says he is, or what they what he might think that he is, because it's a team game and you're looking at the other members of the team and it's not Hinata. And I think that's last episode when the Shiratorizawa coach was saying, like, let's say, like, without Kageyama, how are you really going to fare? And so I think that's got a lot to do with it. With them bringing in a lot of the individual sort of skills, I think that is why people look down on him so much, or why he's always, it's like it's almost like a lot of people look at him and say, like, oh, they look at him as if, specifically like Shiratorizawa, except whatchamacallit, redhead dude. I suppose like Ushijima does have that sort of like way inclined, but remember it was like Kageyama and Hinata versus Ushijima, and he kind of look at them as like a pair that came with, and I think that's something that is obviously, again, it's like, what is Hinata like alone? So I think maybe they're going into that a bit more with the idea of Kageyama going off on his own. Suki was essentially supposed to go off on his own because Hinata wasn't chosen to be there, but he is now. So it seems like they're all sort of honing their individual skills. And Takeda, it is Takeda, isn't it? The sort of the manager or whatever. It's not the coach, the manager. He was saying that, if we can like give them the sort of right course of action to take, then we should give it to them, but we shouldn't stop them from pursuing like their own ways like of going about it, like Hinata is doing right now. Now Hinata says that he needs to change his perspective and way of thinking. I think a lot of that is down to possibly his sort of attitude towards it, and I think that may be playing a bit of a part. So it seems like he is going to, all the sort of encouragement and lectures and everything that had occurred throughout this episode that he was getting, all sort of led to him changing his perspective on and his way of thinking. I think the one lecture that he did get that really, they all played a part, but I think the one that really stood out for me personally was Coach Ukai, where he said, don't underestimate being a ball boy, and also Takeda's in combined with that about doing things like sort of like the proper way. I think throughout this episode when Hinata's sort of spacing out and he's not really paying attention and everything like that, because his mind is on the wrong thing. Like, he's going there to basically say like, no, I'm good enough for this. Now, while that is good and everything like that, because we know as the audience how good he is, but it might be rubbing people the wrong way, and therefore it's not the right sort of attitude to have. So I think the idea is that Hinata's changing it to, with him getting out the two mops and everything like that, that his focus isn't on trying to get to play with them and whatnot, but actually just focusing on his duties as a ball boy and everything that comes with that. And possibly just waiting for his chance as opposed to trying to push his way in there. That's the way. That's what I took from it. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I don't doubt me. I know Hinata is going in there at some point, and he's gonna prove why he deserves to sort of be there. So yeah, very interesting episode considering that. Like I felt that like possibly he had gotten over it, but I didn't know the way that they were gonna go about it this episode. Like last episode he was a bit down about it that he wasn't picked, and then he just decided to show up, and that's that, he's like back to his normal self. But it feels like it has been still there and getting to him, since then. So yeah, that's that thing. And I did like write down stuff like I wrote down like Suki giving Hinata like harsh encouragement and stuff, and that's like the way that I say it, because the way Suki is and all that, like it like generally that kind of talking to Hinata like that generally is, it almost works in some kind of encouragement, because it forces the way Hinata naturally is personality wise. Like when he hears stuff like that, he wants to prove people wrong. He wants to prove that like that person wrong and everything like that. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see when Hinata does eventually get onto the court, like he shows the reason why he's there. So yeah, we've got a bunch of different sort of. Well, I got 2 names really that I've picked out of the guys that are in this like sort of training camp. So Hyakuzawa, his name was brought up quite a bit between a bunch of different characters. He's the tall one. He's receiving like a lot of praise. I'm not sure we've seen him before. We've played against a lot of teams in these last 3 seasons, so I'm not sure if he's ever cropped up somewhere. He looks similar, but he doesn't really stand out in terms of like a character design, so I could be completely off base and just be like, we definitely haven't seen him before. But Koganegawa, we've definitely seen him before. He plays with Datiko and whatnot, I like his energy anyway, because he's like, he's sort of a bit more light-hearted than the rest are just like all about like looking down on him and stuff. Like the ace from Shiratorizawa, the new ace, right? He seems to look down on him, and whether that is, it seems to me that because Shiratorizawa is such a high-level sort of school in terms of volleyball and that they all of the sort of the characters from Shiratorizawa, the players and even like the coach, they look at Hinata in that way because of his attitude, and I think that's mainly the thing with that. So changing his perspective possibly could be the right way to go about it, and that'll possibly, if that is the case, the coach will see that. What was it, Washiji or something? I can't remember the coach's name, but if he sees that, then maybe that'll give him the incentive to put him in, even though he said that he wouldn't. Maybe he wasn't expecting that Hinata was going to change his like sort of his way of thinking and his attitude for that. So we'll see what does end up coming, what ends up happening with that. But yeah, I mean, the coach, he does end up giving Hinata like more shit than usual because he sees, like, when he was up against Shiratorizawa, he saw that could be done, and I think it gets to the coach because like that was him at one point. The difference was that the coach decided to not to give up, and I think maybe in some way, even though throughout like at the episode there, somebody said, "Oh no, he's not that like immature because of what happened." Because he's getting one back on them for beating Shiratorizawa and everything like that. That I think, I don't know if it's consciously or really subconsciously, that he wants Hinata to give up. I think that's what he wants, because I think the coach wants to feel that he made the right decision when he said that he wasn't up for it because he was too short and he couldn't get away with it. He doesn't want to be proven that he could have done it. Because then that would mean that he regretted his decision for leaving and not keeping up with it and trying to actually fight for that place, even though he was short. So I think that there's definitely something with that there. So it's interesting that. But eventually he's definitely going to prove that he should there. I mean, let's be honest, Hinata's not giving up. So, it's just not going to happen. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens with all of that. But yeah, so I mean, they've got like the whole thing of matching with those that are sort of like just different players than you, as opposed to going up against someone like very very similar in the way of either style, whether their position or anything like that. Because you can't go up against like people that are exactly the same as you, because that's not what you're going to get. And again, I think it just all it all comes full circle in this idea that they're honing their individual skills, and that seems to be the thing that they're going with these training camps and stuff, this first arc or whatever, however long it takes. I don't know. I know they've got a month until the tournament starts. Well, I don't know how much time has really passed since the beginning of this training camp. I don't know if Hinata's been there, like Hinata and Suki have been there like 5 days or anything like that. I don't know. But it doesn't matter because it's it can take place across any fucking number of episodes. I don't know. At the beginning, I thought that maybe it would take place over like the first half of the season. I don't think it's going to anymore. I think it's going to be done within like maybe 7 episodes, 8 episodes, something like that. Because proper tournament, there's some teams there that we're excited to go see. So we want to see like a lot of them, and let's sort of give them as much time as possible in the tournament, I think. So I don't think that this sort of like arc of them in the training camp is going to take place over the course of like 12 episodes. That being said, though, we haven't really seen the National Youth Training Camp, which I feel like we're going to, right? I mean, they've already pointed out Kageyama. what's his name? Fucking Sakusaki Yumi, and then the guy that almost looks like Bokuto, right? So we're gonna have to see them at some point, but I guess we'll just wait and see. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I've got. So thank you everyone for watching. In the description below, I've linked to certain things. One of them is the Discord, so you can get over there if you wish. And I also have a Patreon page as well. You can go watch episode 3 right now over on my Patreon for early access tier. If you don't want to wait a week for the next one to come out, then you can go watch episode 3 right now. That'll be up there for you, and you can also go watch it in full length if you're a full length tier patron. So yeah, I do have a Patreon. If you do want to support me on Patreon, that would be very much appreciated. There is a bunch of different tiers and rewards there. Of course, early access, like I said, gives you access to shows a week early, like Haikyuu. You also get 4 episodes of Hunter x Hunter every week as well. And I've literally just finished reacting and uploaded episode 126 of Hunter x Hunter, which was a fucking big one. So if if you're excited about that shit, get yourself over there. Go have a look at it. Yeah, $10 for full length is there as well. So go and enjoy that if you want. And then there are other tiers where you can pay to have a certain show reacted to as well. So if you want me to react to a show, go have a look at those tiers and see what they offer there. But yeah, that's all I've got. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.